Well, I used to do videos with my dog Kiara. She passed away last July. So here's Grayson. Grayson, are you my new doggie? Grayson? Yes, say good morning, everybody. Yes, I was rescued. And now I'm learning good manners. So listen, I decided to get on here this morning to help y'all and to help me. Some things happened yesterday that just got me down. A situation where I was acting above board and had been doing the best I can, and then someone treated me in a way that just wasn't right. And instead of my just feeling like, well, kind of some nerve, or instead of my feeling like, okay, let's work this out. Actually, I tried to work it out. I got down on myself. I believed a lie that a lot of us fall prey to. The lie that if bad things are happening to me, I must somehow deserve them. And then, don't you know, last night I'm woken up a lot right now because the dog has to be in his kennel with one of those cone things on, and every time he moves, it's, whacking against the sides of the kennel and making noise. So it wakes me up. And I was dreaming all these weird dreams about basically situations where I was acting, like as well as I could, and being, honest and kind and helpful and, good Boy Scout kind of thing. And I was being sort of betrayed by people and treated badly by people. So this morning, on top of last night's feelings of what is happening? This morning, I woke up feeling even more that way because of, I guess, what you would call bad dreams. And I said to myself, okay, what's actually going on here? What's going on is, I don't know how the situation is going to play out that was upsetting to me yesterday, but what's actually going on is I'm having bad feelings about me. I am getting down on myself. I am believing that lie that if somebody is treating me badly, it's somehow because I deserve it. And I think as women especially, we tend to fall prey to that kind of thinking more frequently than we would like to anyway. And you know what? When you are having a battle with your own feelings, that's the hardest battle there is. When something externally is going on that's against you, you have something definite to reckon with. Like, you either know you can defeat this, or you have to give in to it, or you might be able to work things out, or it's going to pass, eventually go away, whatever. You have something definite that you can react to. But when it's your feelings, you can't sometimes put a finger on it. You know how sometimes, have you ever had like a little bug, like a little fruit fly or something that's running around on your counter, and it jumps up and flies a little bit, and then it runs around, and you're trying to get it with your finger, and every time you put your finger down, that bug has slipped off and is crawling someplace else, or it's popped up and taking a short little flight. That's how it is sometimes dealing with our feelings. It's like trying to catch that bug and pin it down with our finger. Our feelings are slippery characters. And there's only one way to deal with them, sort of cutting to the chase here. And that is this is what I'm doing this morning, too. I'm talking to you about it. Talk to somebody about it. Say, I've been feeling this way. If necessary, if there's nobody around, walk into the bathroom and look in that mirror and talk to yourself. Give yourself a talk. I am serious. This really works. And say, okay, look, I'm having a lot of bad feelings. And I don't like this, and it's like a snowball that gets bigger and bigger, or something that just spirals down and keeps going down, and, when you want to go up. So talk to yourself about that, and if necessary, say, okay, I am going to use my self-discipline, my power of choice. I'm going to do something, whether it's something different than what you're doing at the moment, which is letting these things roll around in your mind. Do you ever see tumbleweeds out, like in Texas, or even in a movie? Have you seen them? And it's these sort of great big things of what look like almost round bushes that are just almost like giant dust balls. Giant, like maybe, 3 or 4 feet across. And they're just rolling around, and the wind is just pushing them. And the reason the wind can do that is because they're on kind of a flat area, and there's nothing to stop them. So they just keep rolling around here and there, hither and thither. How often do you get to say hither and thither? Anyway. So imagine your thoughts are like those tumbleweeds. You have got to put something up to stop them in their path, okay? You need to make that plane they're rolling on not be flat. You need to build up some resistance. So first of all, you do it by dealing with the immediate situation, which is get up and do something different. Go, like read a book, watch a TV show, take a walk, play with your dog, call a friend, do something, actually something physically different, and it will help you to change your thoughts, okay? The other thing is, besides putting up resistance in the immediate moment, whenever this happens, the sooner that you can react and start putting up resistance, the easier it will get, okay? I'm seeing comments from people who are watching here. If you're watching, please make a comment and say something. Yes. Let me add that 2 things. Okay, one is sometimes you are just going to have random thoughts for no reason that are depressing, down, and you will feel down on yourself. Okay? So if there is something that needs to be fixed in you, you can spend some time thinking about it and deal with that. But if you're just kind of feeling down in general and there's not a real reason for it, that's when you want to use this resistance. And the second thing is, the reason I say the quicker that you respond when something like this happens and you resist it, the more you will be ingraining that kind of response into yourself, so that as it happens in the future, you will more quickly resist it until the point where you're not ending up like I was, just sort of unwittingly spending the evening feeling like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And then ending up having all these dreams and waking up in the morning and, it's a little bit dreary out right now and feeling dreary, just like the weather. Of course, golly, I got to let the sun have a chance to rise here. It's still early yet. What time is it? Let me see. Oh, it's 25 after 7, so the sun's probably going to be coming up over the buildings across the street in a little while. But anyway, yes, we need to hang in there, and we need to practice healthy mental habits by resisting in the immediate situation, taking care of our actual genuine problems as we can, and practicing resisting as consistently as we can, so that that will become our second nature, natural response, and we won't end up sliding down into a rut. Okay? So, Grayson agrees, right? Yes. And I hope you agree. I support you. You are built to be resilient. Let's all go out there and make the choice to be happy. God bless you. Hey, Grayson. Grayson, come here, puppy. Come here. Oh, obviously we need some training. Grayson, we're going to start training on Monday. That's right. Come here, puppy. Good boy. Good boy. Okay. So I wanted to jump back on here after the live that I did this morning. So, I got a hold of myself because I had been kind of upset because some situations happened that were not good, and it was like I was trying to believe this lie that because bad things are happening, that means that I deserve bad things happening, or else why would they be happening? But, I fought against that. And it's really interesting because not long after that, I got a phone call from one of the situations, and they said, we were mistaken. We're so sorry. You were right about this. It was a situation that involved several $100s that I had been told I did not have to pay, and then all of a sudden I was being told I had to pay it. I sort of felt almost betrayed because I had been assured, no, you will not have to pay this. Well, anyway, somebody forgot to put a note in a file saying that everything was okay, and because of COVID, everything is sort of goes a little slower these days. They had to call the person at home because the person was under quarantine, and the person said, "Oh my gosh, I forgot to put a note in her file. She does not have to pay this. It's already been paid." Well, I was very relieved, and there were a couple of other situations that were kind of minor, but I would have been happier if they had gone a different way. And in both situations, I got phone calls and they said, this is going to work out, and everything's going to work out the way that I had hoped it would, that I felt most comfortable with. So, I'm feeling very relieved. But you cannot, and I cannot, be controlled by whether things seem to be going poorly or things seem to be going well. A lot of people, whether they're religious or not, have studied about the story of the Hebrew children in the desert with Moses. And when things were going well, they were all, yay, God, and gung-ho, God. And then when things were a little difficult, they were ready to just say, oh, let's find, something else or somebody else to worship because, he's obviously not helping us out. And they were so fickle. They easily changed their minds based on the circumstances. So I have to have within me a foundation that is firm regardless of the circumstances. Now, different people of different religious persuasions or spiritual persuasions have different names for that, but there's a psychological thing. You don't have to be a person of faith at all. You can choose to be happy, to love yourself, to know that you are doing all that you can, that you've looked into things, you've educated yourself the best you can, and you are going, along the lines of what you have learned about, wise advice you've been given. You've sought wise counselors and you're following their wise advice. So you won't be swayed if things are not going well. For those of you who are Jewish or Christian, for Bible readers in the Old Testament, the story of Job, he was having all kinds of awful things happen to him. Oh my goodness. And his friends were saying, curse God and die. I mean, gee whiz, how can you still have faith in the Lord when all this is happening to you? And Job said, no, you're wrong. God is there. And anyway, the point is, your belief in God makes a difference, but even if you don't believe in God, you do need to believe in yourself, okay? Because you are the dominant force in your life, the one who makes the decisions, okay? And by the way, if you are someone who believes in God, He doesn't have you like a piece on a chessboard or in chutes and ladders and you roll the dice and you maybe go, up a ladder or down a chute. No, He's given you free will, okay? So you see, God is there. I believe that anyway. But the ultimate choice is up to you about how you are going to live your life. So choose happiness. Do the things you need to do to live a life that's happy and that's balanced. And don't let yourself be swayed by the circumstances, whether they're bad or good. I mean, yeah, it's great if things, are going your way. That's wonderful. But they're not always going to go your way, right? So, Grayson, what are you doing? You watching birds and squirrels? Grayson, he doesn't know. I think he knows his name, but he's been untrained, at least as far as I know. Grayson, well, you've got a rainbow tail. Gray, we should not go by the circumstances, right? Well, maybe you do because you're a dog. But we're people. We have a choice. Make the right choice. God bless you.